Hello everyone, happy Monday. Here we are. We're getting closer to the closing of this month, and we know the monthly charts are quite relevant to the general trend of the market. For today's session, I am going to get you through the news that's going to come out this week, and then I'll show you the fear and greed factor for both the coins and the general stocks, because it's quite relevant to see what both of them are doing. Then I'm gonna show you the S&P, how it closed on Friday, and we're gonna have a look at the DXY, and then we're gonna look at the daily, the weekly, and the hourly chart for BTC and ETH, because they're all quite relevant. Now, before we start, I'll be repeating my view throughout the session, because I think it's essential to look for confirmation or invalidation where we are right now. We are getting into an overheated area where the signals are pointing to a reversal. If you haven't started longing on support, now's not the time to long. Now's not the time to buy in. I'm not buying in at this time, because the move is already getting into the overheated signal area. I might be wrong. Again, this is not my financial advice. It's just where I stand at the moment. My opinion, my perspective is just my interpretation of where we are in the charts. What I'm looking for is a confirmation of the correction. Every move up has its correction, whether or not we're in the bull market or still in the final stages of the bear market is less relevant to me than the signals of the correction. So yes, I will show you both sides of the trend, both directions, with their validations and invalidations. And it's quite simple to look at the charts on the daily and map this out. It's more complicated to actually put your emotions and your triggers to the side and trade those signals. So we're going to start with the news. Today seems like it's going to be a quiet day. We have the European Central Bank President Lagarde speaking later in the day, which is going to influence the DXY. We've seen some really weird moves lately as far as the coins are connected to the crypto and to the DXY and the S&P. Sometimes they've been going with, sometimes they've been going against. Again, not your regular trading environment, not at all. I think the markets have been chasing liquidity either side and collecting it either side. So that's what triggered. How can I say, opposing directions to what we normally would have. And by that I mean we should have gone with the S&P. Coins generally go with the S&P direction, but they've gone more with the DXY. Towards the end of the week, they've sort of like leveled out. They've started going against the DXY and with the S&P. Again, very murky waters, conflicting signals, strong bullish signals on the weekly and the daily charts for the coins. However, we do have indications that it is heating up at the top where the coins are right now. So back to the news. Today looks like a quiet day so far. Tomorrow we'll have the consumer confidence from the States. We have some Canadian markers as well. They will influence the DXY. They will probably be bringing some volatility in the market, but again, not much volatility coming in from the market tomorrow. Today and tomorrow, we're probably going to be ranging because, again, Wednesday we have Fed Chair Powell speaking, and we know that is always a major factor for volatility. So we have a lot of financial leaders speaking on Wednesday, 2:30 p.m. UK time. So it is a policy policy panel at the ECB Forum on Central Banking. We have Lagarde speaking, then we have Bank of England Governor, then we have Bank of Japan, and then we have Fed Chair Powell speaking. So these four people speaking will be moving the currency market. The currency market will be moving the coin market. That's how it always works. We'll see volatility. I've sent out the link to a great YouTube channel that you can follow, Stock Market Live. I love the commentator. He's funny, but also very relevant. He's reading between the lines as speakers discuss. It's great for a fundamental perspective, not necessarily fundamental analysis, but for a fundamental perspective. Now, Thursday, we have the GDP and the unemployment claims for the states. We know that's going to bring in volatility. And then we have, again, consumer sentiment and inflation expectations and core PCE prices on Friday. So we're probably going to have two small ranging days, Monday and Tuesday, and we're going to have some more volatility Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Prepare, buckle up for Monday, for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, especially since Friday will be the closing of the month candle for the S&P, for the coins, for the DXY. Big day Friday. Big day Friday. Friday is generally my social day. Won't be this Friday because I want to be at the charts and see what's going on. It's going to be a very important day on Friday. Of course, Friday in the morning I'll have my session, and then Friday in the evening I'll update you and on the chats depending on how we close. Okay, so that's the news. Now, fear and greed. We're pulling back on the greed. We're pulling back. We're 55 down from 64 for the coins and for the stocks as well. So the market is moving from extreme greed to greed for the stocks, and it is doing so because we are looking at a slight pullback in the prices too. This is the S&P, and this is what I've been saying the coins haven't been doing, because if you know BTC and ETH, they've been going up, and the S&P has been going down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of down. We have support on the daily 13 EMA. So just a second. Yeah, that's the 13 EMA. I was hoping it's going to highlight, but it doesn't. So we have support for the S&P, but we do have the stochastic on the daily massively turned down. However, it's gone down more than price action has. The weekly though is what's worrying, because it's coming from the 100 max and it's crossed down. To me, what worrying is not the, again, I'm still a bear when it comes to the trends. We haven't had yet a panic moment. I think we will have a panic moment before our lift off into the bull. We've had some lifts because we've been chasing and squeezing the shorts. So at the moment, the daily and the weekly for the S&P are down. Now, we haven't initiated reversal yet. The trend reversal is not initiated, and the first, yes, the stochastic momentum turned down is an indication, but it's only one. And I told you I need 3 yeses to confirm a trend. I need the 20 MA or EMA broken. I need it confirmed as resistance. And I need lower lows. I need continuation. We have lower lows, but we don't have the 20 EMA or MA broken yet. At the moment, it's still it's still holding a support. So is the 50 EMA. So with these two on the daily, we can just expect either a 1-2 or a higher high to happen. So nothing is certain. And what I'm saying, but of course nothing is certain, that's the principle of uncertainty. Sorry, I'm just, that was just useless to say. But here we are on the 4-hour stock momentum flatlined. So that's why I'm a bit dubious and suspicious of starting my short positions at the moment, because I want to wait for that bigger time frame, daily, 12-hour, 4-hour, 1-2, lower high. And once that lower high is confirmed, then I'm going to start looking for positions on the 1 hour, mainly in ETH, not BTC. For the moment, BTC is of no trading interest to me, because its momentum is challenging to read. It's confusing to read. It's not a technical coin for me to trade at the moment. ETH, yes, it's easier to read and more consistent. But I'm still monitoring BTC for the general trend. So the 4-hour stock has flatlined for the S&P. The daily and the weekly have turned down, but we still have support. So until that support is broken, we can take that momentum as an orange flag. And once the support is broken, we have our red flag. And then we can check for a 4-hour maxing out. And from there onwards, I'm looking to short the market. Now the DXY, is at the moment with support from the 50 EMA on the 4-hour. It's met the resistance of the 200, but at the moment what it's doing, it seems like it is doing a, let me just switch this indicator off, a W formation is confirmed for reversal. We know that technically if the DXY goes up, so the W formation would be like so, up to the top of this swing at least. So depending on how indicators are at that moment, that would be up to that. However, what we're seeing on the 4-hour is exactly the opposite of the SPX. We're seeing that the 4-hour is maxed out and heading down. Unless the 4-hour rests on the 50 EMA and consolidates here and starts moving up to challenge again the 200 and the 800 EMA on the 4-hour, we're not going anywhere to the upside. We're going to probably come down, and we might be coming down to be looking at a triple bottom formation like so. Now the dollar is going through its own drama right now with the BRICS, also with the American market that's at the moment not trusting what the Fed is doing, which is where the discrepancy in the market momentum is coming from, according to some commentators. But what we're having right now is a moment of decision, a moment of taking a direction. There is no rush. I'm in no rush to catch this for the next couple of days. I am more than willing to wait for the end of the week to show me a direction, because this move is going to be a bigger move. So it's either we're going to correct this week and close this month on a correction candle and continue to the upside, or correct, break support and continue to move down. Whatever happens, end of the month, beginning of the month are important moments in the chart. It's where big moves are starting to get set. So we are talking about daily and monthly trends right now. This is what's being set, and that's why the shorter time frames are behaving quite erratically. I was having a chat with Roy, and we were both shorting XRP at the weekend and watching our short trades, and we were looking at the 1 hour just up and down, the 4 hour as well, under the influence of the daily time frame. So the DXY for the moment is holding support. If the DXY lifts up off this support, we're looking at a drop and correction for the coins. If the DXY breaks the support and continues down, we're looking at a double top or a higher high for the coins. That should be the regular inverse correlation flow. We've yet to see if the coins are going to stick to that or not, but what I can tell you is that towards the end of the week they started realigning to this inverse correlation. Now let's have a look at the daily pattern for BTC and the validation or invalidation levels as well as the target. So I'm going to start with the stochastic on the daily. The stochastic on the daily has crossed down. We've seen the same move for the S&P. On the weekly, we have it up still. On the monthly, we have it up still. So strong momentum on the month. On the month, we are above the 20 EMA. On the weekly, we are above the 20 EMA, and we have the crossing of the 20 over the 55. A couple of months ago, I made a video with the lift from the bear to the bull signals. This is one of them. As much as I can't believe it, I'm like, look at this lift, straight in a straight line, higher highs, higher lows. To me, this hasn't corrected. Of course, there's a voice of reason in me going, what's going on? However, this is the signal. If again, I'm a hodler as well for XRP. If this is the bull run, happy days. The hodl is going to be absolutely amazing. So on the weekly, we have the crossing of the MACD, we have the crossing of the stock, and we have appearance of weekly volumes for the buys. Now, I hope this is not the pump before the dump. I hope this is not. I hope we don't get tricked out. However, as long as the daily 20 EMA holds, we're not going anywhere downwards. That to me is the indication. For the next move, my validation level for the upside is the breaking of resistance at 3,800. So what we need to do is to move up above 38,800 and 35k more or less is my daily level. That's my daily level because of the previous support and resistance it's found on this level. Of course, I would be inclined to do a measure move. Just put this as consolidation up to the breakout here, and there we go, almost the same measured move target. So for my validation level move to the upside, 30,800. That would be the level for validation for the upside. We need to break this and we need to continue. For the downside, it's the opposite. It's this level of support and resistance here, because this would be a W formation for reversal. Again, these are daily levels. This is the daily chart I'm working with because the 4-hour chart is just zigzaggy. It's just way too messy. And I'm going to pull my path from here to here. There we go. So that would be the invalidation level of the up move and the validation level of the down move. And it is in line. You can see this beautiful harmony before support, resistance, resistance, support, resistance, support, which is in line with the 20 EMA on the daily. As you know, this is a big signal and it changes the market sentiment. Once below the 20 EMA on the daily, the market sentiment changes. So these two levels, 28.4, 30.8 are the levels that I am watching. And yes, it's worth watching because we are looking at a 20% drop to the most conservative target of correction. As far as the lift goes, is it worth trading? Yes, of course, it's 12%, but we need to see this level being broken. Now, do we have signals right now on the 1 hour chart for a possible long? For me to be longing right now, in the hypothetical situation I were trading BTC at the moment, the 1 hour stock is at the top, the 4 hour stock is at the bottom. I have some indications, I have some pivots for the 1 hour. I have some, I don't have yet bullish divergences on the 1 hour chart. So at the moment, I don't have those signals. I don't have signals to long. For shorting, absolutely not. I need to wait for the breaking of support. So for longing, which would be worth it because it is a 10% move to the upside towards 35K, I would need to wait for the 1 hour to bottom out on the stochastic so that it is in line with the 4 hour, and I'm waiting for the for some bearish divergences. I've put at the weekend because I was a little bit at the weekend, I was a bit mindful of how I've been reading this, because again, I know I have my bear hat on most of the times, and I saw it topping out all the way here and still going up. Of course, it's a market maker move. The vector candles are telling me that, and I put on the money flow indicator. The money flow indicator shows me where the money, the big money, is moving, the smart money, as we call it, the market maker money is going. And if you can see here on BTC, the money has been going out. So what I had been reading was in line with the money flow indicator. So topping out, topping out, topping out, bear, 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 bear divergences on the 4 hour. However, BTC still kept going up. Of course, again, my personal opinion, this has been a short squeeze, absolutely. Painful if you have been trading without stop losses. Please don't do that. So if this money flow indicator has confirmed what I had been reading, however, I still am very mindful that there are strong signals on the daily and the weekly for continuation to the upside. And this is what happens in a bull run. All of these indicators just go into overdrive. So just to wrap everything up, we have the daily stock that's coming down, but we have daily support holding price action. 4 hour stock has bottomed out. 1 hour stock hasn't, so we don't yet have signals for longing. The validation and invalidation levels are 30.8 for the lift up towards 35, and I have to 20, was it 28.5? I don't want to tell you something that's wrong. 28.5, yes, for the drop to the downside. So these are the main ideas for BTC, where it is right now. Top formation we might have the top formation in. However, as long as momentum keeps going, we can still put another higher high. I would still be waiting for the 1 hour signals for that. I don't have 1 hour signals for longing at the moment. Let's have a look at ETH. Okay, so ETH has been doing a triple top formation on the 4 hour. It's below the 20 MA on the 4 hour. But if we're looking on the daily and the weekly chart, we will see again strong support. Daily has been crossing up over the 50, still same. That's again, it's the same move as for BTC. We have the daily stock coming down, crossing down. We are meeting resistance. However, both ETH and BTC, when they consolidate at resistance, they generally consolidate at resistance for a higher high. Rarely does this mean a peak formation is forming. We seem to have done a W formation and a lift. So again, as long as we're holding the 20 EMA on the daily, we are continuing to the upside. Let me show you the weekly stocks as well and the monthly stocks as well. So on the weekly, we are coming down, so it's not so clear to the upside as it is for BTC. On the weekly, it's turned down, almost crossing down as we've started the week, and we have had only a little bit of downwards motion, so the week is still young. On the monthly, we are still going up. We are above the 20 EMA on the monthly. We are above the 20 EMA on the weekly. We don't yet have this crossing that BTC has. So again, I'm still mindful of where we're going. Now, let's have a look at the levels for validation and invalidation and the next moves. I'm going to remove the Friday levels. I'm going to use the EMA chart. So I have a target for 2120. So from here we could be going all the way up there. That is the measured target of this channel. What is the level of validation and invalidation? It is this beautiful 1940 level, which, as you can see, comes all the way from here. I'm gonna draw it a little bit lower so that it is in confluence with everything here. So this is my level of validation for continuation to the upside, breaking the 1930, 1940 level. For the downside, I'm going to be swapping over to see the daily level for the EMA, because I don't have it there. It is 18. Now they're crossed here on this chart. But they weren't on the weekly. Sorry. My brain is still a little bit Monday slow. 1822. Now I'm gonna swap over to the EMAs. 18. Yes, very good. So that's the 200. That's the 200 between the 50 and the 200 on the 4-hour support and resistance. Okay, so I'll be marking this off as, there we go, the level of support and resistance. And of course, we are likely to come down and do a deeper correction down to possibly 1560, which is the next level of support and resistance. But we will measure that then and there. I will just be marking this channel as the target. Okay. Again, I'm not looking to short anything until these levels are being broken. So once these levels are being broken, then we can back tested, there we go, and then we're coming back down. So that would be the pathway down. I know it looks a little bit a little bit much right now. This is the price action that we've been having. I love simplifying things. I can't simplify it more than this. I can't, like a pattern, support, resistance, and the MAs. It's as simple as we can in order to make sense of it. So bottom line, both BTC and ETH are holding support for continuation to the upside. Breaking and consolidating above the previous resistance means we're moving up one more level. If you do want to place, again, placing orders at the breakout is a little bit tricky because the proof is in the back test. It could just be breaking up slightly, collecting the liquidity up here and then breaking back down. I wouldn't, personally, if I were to do that, I would be putting stop losses, tight stop losses to those levels. Now, we need to be patient. We need to be waiting for the news that's going to come out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's the closing of the month as well. It's a very important monthly candle. We need to be watching the market sentiment as well to see how this is all going to play out. At the moment, I don't have any BTC or ETH positions. I'm looking to open an ETH position once support is broken. Again, I'm using my 1 hour, my 1 day as the indicator for momentum, and the 1 day at the moment is down. However, I do need to see a little bit of I do need to see a little bit of a breather in the 4-hour stock. So I think we might see a little bit more sideways before we top out on the daily, possibly even a slightly higher high. That's generally what happens. So once I see this level of resistance not working for continuation to the upside, I would be looking to short. If I see this level of resistance being back tested and holding, then I would be looking for a long to long it up to 2120. That would be my measured target, the breakout from the channel. BTC has already met that target, by the way.